Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, it's been like 3 weeks since I did a reading on here, I think. I was on vacation. I went to Puerto Rico and I spent some time with family and I had a great time. And now your girl is back and we're back to regularly scheduled programming, okay? If you don't know how this works, it is a general reading, so everything will not resonate. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. Also, keep in mind that roles are interchangeable and you should place yourself and everybody in your story where you know they belong because only you know your story, babe, okay? I only pick up the energy, all right? So place yourself where you see fit. You guys, I was sitting here meditating on the energy and I did pull a pre-spread and you know, with Jupiter going into the sign of Cancer, everything, you can feel this very gentle shift that's happening. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know if you guys can feel that. I feel this gentle shift that's happening. It's almost like things are getting comfortable because Jupiter is at home in the sign of Cancer. I feel that softness almost, right? Like almost like there's this energy in the air of like, get ready for love. And I mean love in every way, not just a romantic love, but also a love for yourself. Get ready to receive abundance because love is abundance. And so many of you who have been experiencing like the stillness, I know I have. If you're a chosen one and you are tapped in and turned on, baby, I know you've been experiencing this. You've been feeling like that anticipatory feeling. At first it was very intense a couple weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, I can't even talk. All of a sudden it's like you still feel that feeling of something approaching, but it's almost like a very soft energy, very comfortable energy. That's the only way I can describe it, okay? For those of you who are feeling that and, you know, are probably feeling like, okay, when is this going to happen for me? When am I going to begin to see this materialize? You got to be patient, babe. You got to be patient and you got to hold your frequency and you have to hold your faith, because Spirit is telling me that for those of you who are waiting for that thing to manifest, some of you don't even know, again, what that thing is. Some of you do have an idea, you have a goal and you're focused on that and you want to see that come to fruition. Others of you know that something is coming, but you don't know what it is. You just know that you're due for some good karma, okay? And you absolutely are. Now, I'll say this to you. It is going to require you to come out of your comfort zone, okay? That next cycle in your life, that thing is going to require you to walk an unmarked trail, okay? The road less traveled. So for many of you, I feel like this is still connected to your past. And that means that there are still things that you have to disconnect from, and you might feel a sense of safety with those things, but you need to disconnect from that, okay? I made a post on Instagram, or no, I did put it on here yesterday. I got a download and it was pertaining to cutting cords with your past. Some of you, this is regarding a person. Others of you, these are regarding physical, you know, things that you may still have. It literally could be anything, but Spirit is asking you to really take inventory of, you know, things in your life, people in your life, even if it's like common or consistent patterns that are no longer healthy or conducive to you, and cut those things out, right? Bottom of the deck here, you got the Magician's sword. We got the Magician's sword, okay? Because this is a collective energy reading. And this is about not just having confidence in your magic and in yourself, but cutting things out, right? Using that that magic. And I'm not talking about doing brujeria to somebody. I'm talking about really, if there are things that you need to let go of, energetic cords that you need to cut, then this is the time for you to do that, okay? During this stillness, for you to, whether it is that you got to sit down and meditate, or actually and visualize this, or actually do a physical cord cutting, then you need to do that, okay? But using that sword as a tool, not, as a weapon against other people, but as a tool to help you get on, to the next phase, because things are kind of at a pause, and it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's that you need to use this time to really reflect and assess where in your life you still have little attachments to either behaviors, people, or things of your past that can't come with you in this next cycle. Okay. Spirit is also saying that for those of you, there's a handful of you who have something really major coming in, and it feels right now like nothing is happening, but everything is going to happen all at once. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. It's like right now you think that nothing is happening, but everything is happening on a spiritual level. So it's happening beneath the surface. Even though you cannot physically see it, it is happening. And so when these blessings start to come in, when these things start to come in, it's like you're going to be bombarded by blessings. You're going to be literally like your cup is going to overflow. It's going to feel like they're all going to come in all at once. Okay. And Spirit is saying when these things start to come in, when you're going to start to see signs, right? That like the paths are being opened for you. Okay. The doors are being opened for you. And it could be simple things. So don't undermine the small victories. Okay. Make sure that you are thanking the universe and thanking God for all of the little victories that are just adding up to that next move, right? Already adding up to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Spirit is saying, keep those blessings, keep the project, keep the thing, the opportunity, the offer, keep it quiet, keep it to yourself, share your excitement with God, share your excitement with Spirit, because this is just not the time to share what is going to unfold in your life. Okay. And sadly I say that because jealousy, envy, it exists. Okay. It does exist. And it's annoying, right? So save yourself, having to, do the extra cleansings, by just, being quiet. There are people, who do have their eye on you and have their eye on, what you have going on. Because the thing is that when you're vibrating high and you are a loving spirit and you are a chosen one, people see that. Okay. And in this next season for you, you're not going to have to worry about anything. That wheel is turning, okay? You are going from the bottom of that wheel to the top. You're going from the back to the front. You are going from, lack and struggle and, having to constantly get it out the mud into a season of rest and reciprocity and abundance. You are going into that. But there are many people who have been around you, many people that who are not. Their next cycle, the season that they're about to encounter is a lot different than what you are or have to look forward to. And so, not only that, right, but it's important to also be humble, right? The humble don't stumble, right? Be quiet about your blessings, to protect them, but also to demonstrate humility. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of people who for whoever this is for, whoever this is resonating with, you have a lot of eyes on you, even if you don't think so, right? Out of sight is not out of mind. Okay. Out of sight is not, I used to think that. For a long time, I kept myself out of the spotlight. I kept myself from going places and doing. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very super selective, selective about who I exchange energy with in that sense, right? Even in like hanging out with people, like I don't do that. There's a lot that I don't do. I digress. But for many of you, you know, like that's I lost my train of thought. But okay, so I guess Spirit is saying I said what I said, right? Whatever that was that I said, you know, that's what it was. I guess that's Spirit's way of telling me to be quiet, right? Be quiet, girl. Okay, we're gonna dig into this message some more here. I'm gonna pull some more tarot. I call my spirit guides and guardian angels to guide and protect me. I call divine, creator, source, to guide and assist me in receiving and delivering these messages to the collective properly. Yeah. Thank you, God, for all of your blessings. Let's get into it, okay? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Whoa, can't make it up. Can't make it up. I'm trying, when I do my readings, I'm really trying, it's not like I'm trying to like control myself, but I'm really trying to not yell because the energy just be energying, okay? We got two swords here, okay? So some of you are waiting for communication about something, whether some of you, I heard Spirit say right now, some of you are waiting to hear if you got approved for something, right? Or if like, yeah, if like you're waiting to hear on a word to like close on something. For some of you, that's a contract. For others of you, it could be a loan. For some of, you know, whatever it is for you, communication and clarity is coming through. But also, this is the sword that cuts, okay? This is exactly what I just said, right? Use that sword as a tool to disconnect and cut yourself free from anything that is holding you back, okay? Yeah, there are, you may be encountering or may have somebody around you that does have hidden motives, or somebody who's just not authentic with you. And it's like, you're going to know, right? And when you get the messages, hi baby, when you get the signs, you know, don't ignore them, okay? Don't ignore your intuition. When your intuition is telling you something about somebody, I'm going to take that because it fell, as you see, it doesn't want to fall off my hand. Some of you are afraid to jump. That's what that is, all right? The Fool. This is needing to take a leap of faith, right? So again, the road less traveled. Circling back to what I was saying earlier about that, it's like, don't allow your fears to hold you back. I know it could be scary, but to do, right, something that you've never done. The unknown, all of us, many of us, most of us fear the unknown, okay? But Spirit is saying that is where you are going to find your pot of gold. That is where you are going to find your happiness, right? You have to be willing to follow your intuition. Don't ignore your intuition. Don't ignore when Spirit is telling you it's time to go. This is the time. It's now. The time is now. That's what Spirit is saying. So if you're going to make a move, whether that's an actual physical move, I've been picking this up a lot for the collective as well. Many people are looking to move either from their current residence to another, you know, residence, or literally geographically get up and move from one state to another, one country to another. I mean, it doesn't surprise me with everything that's going on, especially in America and in our government. But again, I digress. The Fool says, you know, don't be afraid to take the leap. Don't be afraid to jump, you know, don't be afraid to take the risk. Spirit is saying pack light, okay? Take only what you need. Some of you are hoarding things and maybe you have to make a move and it's just kind of like, I don't know how to leave these things behind. Also, that might be connected to your past with the things that you need to cut out, right? Many of you are holding on to things for the wrong reason. Don't be, I'm hearing the word caprichosa, okay? For those of you who, you know, speak Spanish, and you know, it may not be all of you that resonates with, but don't be caprichosa. I believe the pronunciation for that in English is capricious, right? When you want what you want, regardless of, you know, how it's affecting you, whether or not it's in a good way or a bad way, right? If it's affecting you negatively, you know, you got to be willing to let that go. Okay. But yeah, with the Fool here, it's like pack light, you know, trust in divine's guidance, because you are being guided. Okay. Be confident and trust in spirit. Okay. But yeah, many of you, yeah, this is going to be like a move where, you know, you're gonna need to pack light. You're not gonna need too much, because everything that you need you already have, and whatever it is that you are seeking is going to be waiting for you on the other side, right, of that jump. The Eight of Pentacles here, right? Some of you, it could be fear of, you know, money. Maybe you feel like you're not ready, but you are ready even if you feel like you're not, okay? That's what Spirit is saying, that you're not going to see. There's no perfect time. Things might not be making sense to you, which reminds me of the scripture in Isaiah, right? God says, your ways are not my ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so too are my thoughts higher than yours, and my ways higher than yours. And so you don't have to know how everything is going to work out. God knows how everything is going to work out. Okay. Don't worry about money. And I know that, like, it's easier said than done, right? Spirit is saying, stay committed to your purpose. Stay committed to your truth. Walk in your truth. Speak in your truth. Live your truth. Be authentic, because that is what is going to thrive in this next cycle for us all in the age of Aquarius. What is going to thrive and what is going to continue to grow is truth and authenticity. People want genuine people. People want to connect with people who are themselves, right? You know, you don't have to be anybody else. I always say my superpower is that I show up as myself every time. The Wheel of Fortune, what did I say? Massive blessings. You guys, you got to give me a second, because I'm about to cough. My throat is dry. Hold on. Sorry. I may not want to edit this video either, so bear with me, my bad. This is authenticity. This is truth. This is the real here, okay? Excuse me. So the Wheel of Fortune, what did I say? You're going from the back to the front, babe. That major blessing, feel that. Feel into it. Act as if. Live your life as if you have already received that blessing. And that doesn't mean that you're being fake. That means that how would you feel right now if what you wanted you had in your hands right now? How would you feel? What would your emotions be? What you would be in a state of gratitude. Well, that same state is what you need to be in right now, because there are major blessings coming in. The magnitude of these blessings, you don't even know. In Spirit, with the High Priestess in the reverse, is like, if some of you are waiting to hear about something, like you feel like somebody lied to you, or you need a clear you're going to start getting the clear messages. Truth is coming, right? Truth is coming your way. Everything in the dark comes to light, okay? But also, this is about don't talk too much, okay? Hold your cards close to your chest when this comes in. Good luck, good fortune. This is also divine timing, okay? And when it does come in, you're not going to be expecting it. You're not going to expect it. So it's like, don't focus on the timeline. Just continue to hold your frequency, continue to work toward, take the baby steps, whatever it is that you, like I said, take inventory, take stock of the things that need to go in the trash, of the people that need to get cut off, okay? Because in this next cycle, everybody can't come, all right? Everybody can't, look, Two of Cups. Okay, so I have been picking up a lot on love lately, and I think I opened up with that, right? I've been feeling this energy of love in all ways. Love is abundance. Abundance is love. And so some of you have been, okay, Let me just have a look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Ace of Cups, an opportunity that you have been waiting for, that you want, that makes you very happy. Your cup overflows. What did I say? Your cup is gonna, or God is setting a table before you in the presence of your enemies. And that is why you have to move with humility and grace, but also strategically, right? Be tactful. Don't let everybody in on your blessings. Don't tell people what you're working on until you have completely finished, until you have signed the contract or ended, terminated whatever it was that you were attached to. But definitely for many of you, this is a new love connection that's coming in. And I feel like maybe this person hadn't expressed to you in the past that they were interested in working on something with you, starting something with you. But I feel like during the next couple of weeks, once Jupiter transitions into the sign of Cancer, it being such an emotional sign, and it feeling right at home, I feel like this person finally finds the courage to take the risk, to tell you how they feel and tell you what it is that they want with you. The Six of Wands, this is recognition, okay? So I feel like if you've been waiting for somebody to step forward and recognize you, see you, like, do you notice me? Because I'm right here waiting on you to like speak up, boo. Like, you got to be direct with me. If you like me, you can't, me especially, like I'm talking about me. Like if you like me, you can't beat around the bush, because I am the worst person when it comes to flirting. Like I don't know how to flirt. I haven't flirted in so long that I probably forgot how. And if somebody's flirting with me and not being like direct, that shit will go right over my head, because I'm nice to pretty much, I'm kind to everyone. And so, sometimes for me, it's like, okay, that person's just being kind. It doesn't automatically mean that, they're interested in me. So it's like Spirit is saying, like, either you need to be direct and you finally get like that epiphany, that awakening, that clarification of, oh, shit, okay, let me acknowledge what I feel for this person. I don't, you may not even understand, why you feel what you feel, but you do. And so I feel like you finally get the courage to move forward and make this, this move, you know what I mean? Reach out to the person, text them, call them, or express like, yo, like, I like you. Like, I want to date you. Like, I like you. You know what I mean? If this is not you, then this is, somebody in your energy. Okay, please clarify. For some of you, this is regarding recognition at work. Some of you are waiting on promotions or working toward promotions. And I feel like many of you haven't heard back. But again, within the next couple of weeks, things are just going to start to feel smoother. Things that have been on pause and have felt still, now are going to start to turn. The wheels are going to start to turn again. And I do feel like you receive word that you did get the job, you did get the promotion. Some of you, this is just going to be a raise, or you did get the contract. They do, want to sign and close on whatever deal it was that you presented. Okay. And you might be in a place where you're feeling like, you don't know. Just always remember your why. Okay. Remember to, again, humility seems to keep coming up, right? Be humble, right? Sit down, be humble. Okay. So when you do get this, whatever it is, remember to be humble, because the same way that God gives, God can take away. And when you receive, especially chosen ones, right? If you receive a blessing, the blessing is not meant just for you. It's meant to be shared with the collective, whether that's the gift of your voice, the gift of, your writing, the gift of your presence, the gift of whatever it is that you specialize in. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Yes, this is the universe sharing with you, but this is all about sharing. equal give and take. This is a time for reciprocity. And I feel like the collective is starting to get it now, right? Those who have been doing the work, who have been tapped in and turned on, you're getting it, right? You're spending time on your own. You're spending time, you're dedicating time to yourself. You're staying committed to your goals, whether that be that, you're working on a promotion or you just want to clear out some debt. You're staying committed to yourself and the things that are filling up your cup, right? That are fulfilling to you. And this is just calling in everything, right? And so as you do that, Spirit is saying, the universe is giving you so that you can pay it forward as well, right? Okay, Spirit, clarify the High Priestess here in the reverse. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I pulled out 2 by accident. I'm going to put that one back. The Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is the card of intuition, it's the card of spending some time alone. Okay, and so I feel like, again, learning to be quiet. I feel like that's the message here, right? When you receive messages, when you receive word of the opportunities that are coming your way, be quiet, follow your intuition. Okay, the 9 of Wands says, you've been through a lot of things, right? And again, this is home stretch. Okay, so continue to stay committed to yourself, no matter how it may appear to you right now, because that is this test, right? Can you stay committed to your goals, your dreams, but more importantly, can you stay committed to the word and God's, not the word, I'm sorry, to God's promise over your life, right? That you are going to get the things that you desire and deserve, okay? But again, make sure that your heart is in the right place, right? I was watching a movie last night. I was watching The Fountain of Youth. And it dragged a little bit in the beginning, but I ended up being so just toward the end, they get to a pyramid. I'm not going to do a spoiler here, but they get into a pyramid and they're, finding this fountain of youth. And there's a part in the movie where they say something along the lines of, only the person who drinks without thirst receives the gifts. Right? And it's kind of like that's this kind of energy here, right? So it's like staying focused on what you want, but not being thirsty, right? Not doing things from a place of greed, like I want, right? Remember your why and remember to pay it forward, okay? The Hierophant, yes, I'm telling you, this is contracts. This is do your own thing, I'm also hearing, right? Don't try to be, again, authenticity. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't conform to what other people want, okay? Because the Hierophant is also about conforming to something. This is about tradition and things like that. And for some of you, it's with the way that we opened up, the road less traveled, this is going to be, it's really going to take you coming outside of your comfort zone, doing things not as you've traditionally or, always done things. Okay. The Hierophant is about commitment and love. Some of you, again, are calling in your soulmates or about to go into a contract with someone. Okay. For those of you who this is regarding love, again, this is something that you're not expecting, that you desire, obviously, right? We all desire someone. We all desire a life partner, someone to share life with, but you're so focused on yourself and you're so focused on your dreams and you're so focused on your goals and you're committed to yourself and loving yourself in that way. You're spending the time alone. And if you're not, this is the advice, okay? But for those of you who already are, it is that is calling in this other person, right? You not, staying fixated on the fact that you are single, okay? You're not doing the most. You're not trying too hard. You're just showing up as yourself. And this alone is calling in your soulmate. The Hierophant is also about mentors, okay? The teacher appears when the student is ready. I always say that, right? Some of you you need to seek counsel. You need to seek advice, okay? Regarding something. Do that, but Again, don't go to everybody. You don't need to go to everybody to talk about what's going on. Allow spirit to guide you. Pray on it, meditate on it. Ask God to bring you the person that you who you can rely on for information. Okay, somebody who, if you look at their life, they've already done what you've done and they were successful at it, or you would be willing to trade places with that person. Okay, those are the types of people that you go to when you're talking about advice. You don't go to somebody who you could look at them and it's like, oh, well, would I trade places with them? Probably not. Then you don't go to that person for advice. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles really reflect, again, with the taking inventory of what you put your energy and your effort into, okay, and who you put your energy and your effort into, right? This is the is it worth it card. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Are you staying committed to something and you're not seeing a return on that investment? Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles says, take a minute to look at what you've accomplished and make sure that you stay you take stock of the things that are not working for you anymore. Okay, from the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, when it comes to your commitments to other people, but also your commitments to your projects. Okay, sometimes we just need to take a minute to pause and really reassess. Okay, because the way that you did things before is not the way. They're not going to work for you in this season, in this cycle, which is already in the process. Okay, so you really got to think about if you keep hitting a brick wall with something, pray on it, but also seek counsel. Okay, what other way can I do this? It doesn't mean that you throw out the goal or you throw out the project and I'm not doing this. You don't give up. Okay, you find a better way of doing whatever it is. There's a bunch of different ways to skin a cat. Okay, Death. It did come out in reverse. I'm going to take it upright, okay? This is, and again, with it being in the reverse, it does talk about, not wanting something to be over, not wanting to let go, and needing to release the past, okay? Let go or be dragged, baby, okay? If you want what you have coming to you, you have to disconnect from all of the little things that are lingering, okay? But the Death card is about change and transformation, okay? Yeah, release the fears, release the old thought patterns, release the things that are keeping you bound. For many of you, this is literally this is self-imposed bondage, okay? So not being afraid with the Fool card here to take that risk. Don't allow yourself to be held back by your fears or your old patterns, okay? This is, you're at a crossroads. Here we have the Hierophant, which is the Pope in the deck, right? So you're talking about, God and the other, entities, right? So this is about, moving toward the things that are going to help you and do resonate with you in this time in your life, okay? But it's also about being stuck or allowing yourself to remain stuck, okay? What is the closing advice for the collective? What is the closing advice? The Nine of Wands. Don't give up, okay? Don't give up. Page of Pentacles. Pay attention to the small things as they come in. You're going to start receiving messages and they may seem very small, but they are very what's the word I'm looking for? Oh gosh, like they're important. They're small things, but they matter, okay? And it could be as little as, maybe you're, and I keep talking about contracts and I keep talking about things like that, whoever this is resonating with, I just feel like contracts is things that are having you stuck to somebody else or something else. Spirit is saying it could be that maybe you are in a situation with someone and there's a document or something that you need that requires multiple signatures or something like that, right? I'm just using an example. And you have 5 people and one person is like, you know what, I'm just gonna sign, and you get word that that person signs whatever document to release you or to get out of business with you, and it's small, but you know what, that's one person down, okay? So it's kind of like, yes, finding and finding the blessings in everything and being grateful for that. The Ten of Wands in the reverse, it's like, just the Ten of Wands in the reverse is like letting go of the things that are holding you or weighing you down. But for some of you, I also feel like the Ten of Wands in the reverse is, again, not wanting to close out a cycle, okay? And that's not for all of you. The Three of Pentacles came out. So yeah, for some of you, this is an issue or something with work that, again, maybe you're waiting to hear. Lots of threes here. 3 might be significant for you. March might be significant for you. 3, the number 33. And for some of you, that could be like a house number, or like, or a floor. The 3rd floor, the 33rd floor. And that's not for everyone, okay? But for some of you, this is regarding work, okay? Specifically regarding work, and you are waiting to hear from somebody. Again, it could be that you're waiting for an approval, or you've had several interviews, and the first person is like, yep, on to the next round. So pay attention to those little things, to the synchronicities, to the signs, because everything is going to come in all at once. I feel like that's also that Ten of Wands there, okay? When the things, it's like, the things are going to start to trickle in, and they're going to be small, and then you're going to get like a lot of little things, and then you're going to start to see things moving, and it's just going to be a lot. So Spirit is saying, take advantage of this pause and this stillness, because you're going to have a lot that you're going to be working on. There is a lot that is coming your way with the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, okay? This is about victory. So yes, it hasn't been an easy road, and I feel like some of you just like, I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm getting tired of waiting on this person or this thing, and it's like I almost don't want it anymore. And Spirit is like, don't give up, because right when you feel like you're about to give up, that's when it comes in, okay? With the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, that's when someone comes in as well. For those of you who are, looking forward to connecting with somebody romantically, all right, there is somebody coming in for you. Just, again, hold your faith and hold your frequency, all right, because this is when it matters most. Can you hold your frequency when you can't see the change that is happening? I love you all. Thank you so much for staying with me all of this time. This was a lot longer than I anticipated it to be. But I love you and thank you. And if this resonated with you, please drop a comment down below. Let me know how. Give your girl a like. Share the video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And hopefully you will consider, if you haven't already, subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in a personal reading or my Instagram, social media, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all. Peace, love, and light.